Welcome to the neighborhood again, and we are fully dry now. We are going to start putting our little pieces and parts on here, get this insulated. I'm going to do one of the easiest ones first, and then I'm going to do the hardest one next. So that way we can figure out what we're doing and then implement. So we're working on the last few pieces for the firewall, and I had to cut out all the holes for the air conditioning. Now the one last piece of information I'm waiting for is, when you add all this up, that's pretty thick. And I want to make sure that, all my doors and everything are aligned to the body being on the firewall, not an 1/8 to 1/4 inch compressed on that stuff. So I'm waiting from Greg to get a measurement so I could actually cut this out and make sure that the body's still going all the way to the wall. But I was able to get, again, I believe these are missing, I'll double check that, but I was able to get everything else in. And it's a little hard getting some stuff in around the tubes and in an area where there's a lot of metal, but it wasn't too bad. And then on the other side, I had to cut out around the steering flange, so not too bad. I was still able to do it in one piece. And some of my bolts poke through pretty far, so I had to poke them through. Other times, if you have small bolts, you can see like there's just a little bump, so you don't have to go all the way through. But so far so good, so I'm just waiting for that information on those. And then I got the foams for this, but I don't believe I have the soundproof insulation, so I'm going to keep looking for that. I told you they didn't have the covering for the trans-tunnel area, and they didn't have it for these areas, but what I ended up doing is there's a piece that's supposed to go under the gas tank, and so what I did is I cut the front pieces out of that, and then I probably have enough area to go over that area. So if not, it'll be damn close. So crisis averted, and I'm just waiting on the dimensions so I can get this cut off the way it needs to cut off, And I got that one little problem area that I had to do repair, so that might actually bow out. So I'm going to have them give me a picture of that. And then we should be good to go on the firewall. I'm kind of ready to start buttoning up the back of this. However, I know I need to rewire the fuel pump. And I think that's going to happen all up here because I'm not going through the wiring here. So I just want to double check that, verify what I'm doing before I seal this up. And then once I figure it out, I think I'm going to seal this all up, leave the door hinges open, and start kind of siliconing gaps and things like that. So, and then I need to remove the battery so I could get this wall plate that's in here, which is this one right here. This one is really difficult to get into or get on the car, which is why it's been off. If you have the body on, you can't get it on the car. So it's the gas filler area that causes all the issues of trying to get it in while the body's on the car. So now that the body's off, I'm going to get that in, and then hopefully get this panel in, probably the tunnel, and get that all solidified, and then it'll be time to deal with this stuff. The other thing I need to do is, if you notice when I go and back this car in the garage, I'm kind of going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Well, a long time ago, I put some steering spacers in here because the car will actually turn really tight, but the fenders will just slam into the body, and so you can't have that. So you have to put some spacers in there to limit the steering. Well, what I didn't know was on this side, the steering limiters butt up against an area. On the other side, the steering limiters actually perfectly fit into a tunnel. So they're now buried inside. And I was able to get one of 3 out, and I was able to get 2 out of this side. So now I got to go and pull 1 out of that side. And I think the way I'm going to do it is actually drill 2 holes, put 2 screws in, and then I could grab that with something and pull it out while someone's turning the wheel to allow it to kind of help pull out. I really don't want to grind it out because I'm just leaving a mess, but that's something I really need to do because all your U-turns, everything is always left turn, and my left is limited right now, so that sucks. I can't make a U-turn on the main road. I have to back up, which really sucks in a custom car when you can't really see too well and you're on the middle of the main road. So those are some of the things to do. So in the middle of me making this little video right this second, Greg just called me and gave me the dimensions. So I got to take a good 3/4 inch, cross this whole side off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, get these pieces on, and keep moving forward here. And the ruler is back. Actually, I got to use this one. How about them apples? Well, that wasn't a fun job. So here is what happened to this thing. Look, it was all cracked. I tore it apart to finally, you know, rip it off, but look how jacked up that is. I've never seen anything like it. And this is a nice thick, you know, decent rubber, but for whatever reason just destroyed itself. So that's bad. This wasn't fun to do. If I had all the hoses off and stuff, it probably would have been easier, but I just decided to seal it all up from the outside too, and hopefully that's it. So I'm kind of clearing the garage right now of fumes and recirculate the air, and then we'll see from now on if I get any more gas smell, or, you know, is it the charcoal can, or is it that? I mean, obviously that was a problem, but will it all go away? Because before I had major charcoal can problems. So in any case, one part of it done. Catch you on the next one.